Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Civil War once again, and we're continuing the Overland campaign. So in our last video we fought the Battle of Spotsylvania, which went really well for us. We took a couple thousand casualties, but we inflicted over 20,000 federal casualties, and this federal army manpower pool has fallen from around 140,000 to closer to 100,000 as we're headed into the Battle of Coldharbour. Coldharbour puts us on the defensive and very good defensive works, but also, now that we're facing a reduced enemy, should be much more manageable than it was before. If you remember where we left off last time, the last battle allowed us to rebuild our forces somewhat. Our first corps is almost at full strength. The machine gun and the Stonewall brigades are slightly below full strength. The Stonewall brigade is just shy 79 men. The machine gun brigade is shy 361 men. Nonetheless, a total of around 430 men that were shy of being at full strength in this corps. The second corps is at full strength. Everything is built out, fully built out. The third corps is not anywhere near full strength, but we do have one full division, about 8,000 infantry, and some 31 artillery pieces, which we can leverage from this particular corps. So that's the force we're going to bring to bear. Two 30,000-man corps and an 8,000-man corps gives us about 75,000 men to bring to bear at the Battle of Coldharbour. This is the final battle in the Overland campaign. It is the grand battle, which, if we win, will allow us to proceed to the Battle of, the Battle for Washington. So here we go. Battle of Coldharbour, 1st June, 1864. After the Battle of Gettysburg, our army in Virginia has been gradually giving ground to defend against aggressive strategic maneuvers of Ulysses S. Grant, the newly appointed General-in-Chief of all Union armies. Grant's army enjoys immense resources, and his goal is to destroy our army and lay siege to the city of Richmond. Despite our successes, we cannot match the Union's superiority in manpower and weapons. Our forces are stretched thin to guard the borders, and we can only use 3 corps to hold the northern roads to Richmond. Grant tries to swing around our right flank by ordering Sheridan's cavalry to secure the crossroads at Old Coldharbour, about 10 miles east of Richmond. The Union cavalry has built breastworks, and now both armies will begin to shift their formations toward these roads. We're digging in, preparing to defend from fortified positions. Should we fail, the Union army will break through and march to Richmond. So that's the situation here. Again, this is one of those battles that if you lose, everything ends. We're going to go ahead and put our best corps, the first corps, on the far right flank. I assume that's where the majority of the intense fighting will occur. Our second corps will be on the left flank, and our third corps will be reinforcements, which will come tomorrow. You can see here we've got 20 brigades on the right, 20 on the left, and 6 in reserve. That's 76,895 men, 159 guns. And that's what we'll bring to bear. The Union army is shifting to our right, where we defend the roads that lead to our capital. The enemy is already building trenches near Bethesda Church. Bethesda, like the game developer? And up to this section. And down to here, is what I'm assuming it will say. Sheridan's cavalry has captured Old Coldharbour Crossroads, and now from this position, the Yankees are threatening to advance to Richmond. They're currently building breastworks to secure their new attack base. We've responded by maneuvering our forces to defend the new Coldharbour Crossroads. And it's just going to kind of take us along our whole position here. By the way, guys, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on my new logo and branding and all of that. Sheridan's cavalry controls Old Coldharbour Road Junction, has prepared breastworks to defend it. We have a chance to attack and capture it before their infantry corps begin to arrive. We could claim victory early on. Yeah, no. So I am not going to attack the enemy. We could, but I'm not going to do it. I just don't think it's worth the casualties that we would ensue in order to do that. We're going to put the Stonewall Brigade here. The Machine Gun Brigade here. There. Pogue. That kind of refuses our flanks. We don't actually need to guard up here, I don't think. We could extend our line further north, but I don't really see any point in doing that. That kind of allows us to have 1 brigade in reserve, which I'd prefer to do. Our 24 pounders will go here. I think that's all of our forces. So let's go ahead and play. Looks like everybody's moving. So yeah, there are 2 more breastworks up north, but again, there's not really any point in holding those. There's no objective up there. And by holding the objective, this particular breastwork, it allows us to reuse our flank and make that kind of a pointless position, at least at this point in time. So we'll have 1 brigade in reserve with the rest of the brigades moving into position in these woods. I am not going to attack the federal position. I don't want to attack across open ground against entrenched troops when I don't need to. We could end the battle, as it says, early, but just really, 1, I think that's unlikely. 2, I see no need to do it. Alright, why don't you guys get out of the woods, then move. Meanwhile, Devon should move his brigade a little bit more central and in the open to provide a reserve. There's no... I don't think we have to attack at all. We do have 1 other brigade. We've got the Texas Brigade, which is... whatever. I'll rather have 2 brigades in reserve than have them both sort of strung out here in the north. Hey, Butcher. I mean, I'm Butcher. Hey, hey, Patton. Yeah, I was a little bit under the weather for a couple of days there, so it's been a little while since my last stream, but feeling better now, so back live streaming. Kind of curious what I'm going to do once this series is over. I mean, I've done a Union Let's Play through the whole series. That was like 30-plus episodes. I'm coming in on the close of a Confederate Let's Play of the whole series. I was thinking I could do some of the individual battle scenarios. There's some interesting ones in there, including July 2nd, sort of the echelon attack at Gettysburg. But I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. You know, I've done a lot of Ultimate General over the last year and a half on my channel, but there's a lot of other strategy games coming out as well that I'd be interested in covering also. I think I'm kind of done with Nantucket for now, but I'm not sure. There's, you know, I could do... Oh, wait, there's another position down here. I could do the next Civ DLC, which just came out. I've never really done Civ before. I'm not really sure it fits with my channel. I'm more of a war gamer. Kingdom Come Deliverance is about to come out, or Kingdom Come, is it Deliverance? It's a new, like, almost like a Skyrim-like role-playing game that looks really interesting to me. Having visited a bunch of castles in Germany, I think there's sort of an interesting appeal to medieval Germany. But I don't really know what's next. Saw a game called Abandoned Ship, which looks like sort of a fast-paced, not really Age of Sail, but just sort of an interesting ship combat game, so maybe I'll check that out. Alright, come on, Yankees, do something. I don't want to just, like, sit here and... Let's fast forward a bit. Alright, so Devon's gonna kind of... I feel like I'm wasting him that far south. I don't think the Federals will be able to get around our line down there, but we'll put him there just to be safe. Okay. Our artillery sees no one to shoot at. Oh, wait, we could put our artillery here. Let's do that. Let's put them in some defensive works here. Gives them a little bit of cover. Although I like the idea of them being up front, where they can fire canister into the Yankees as they come across the open. But having them in actual earthworks could be nice, too. I don't know where it plays out. It says it's in the Holy Roman Empire, so maybe it's Hungary. I don't know. But it's in Central Europe. Whether it's Germany or Hungary, I'm not really sure. I haven't been following it too closely, to be honest. I didn't even know it was coming out until a couple of days ago. These troops stop. What, can they not go down there? Is it too far to the edge of the map? Okay. Guess we'll put them back at reserve. Pull some skirmishers off Heinz' position. Move them over here into these houses. And waiting. We're waiting for the Federals. You know, what'd be interesting is if it gave you like a do you want to attack mode, kind of like in Sid Meier's Gettysburg, where you get sort of an option in certain scenarios. How do you want to proceed? It'd be interesting if this game gave you that, so that you could just skip forward an hour and a half if you don't want to attack. "26 more minutes. At least I have some wine here." Really, at the end of the day, all we have to really do is just hold our positions, so. Hope everybody's having a nice night. We're in the process of having up to 14 inches of snow, so, sort of, there's no fireplace, there's no fire going right now, but cuddled up near the computer playing video games as it snows outside. A very Christmassy sort of feel. "We must secure our left flank." Wow, that was pointless. That was pointless. "We must secure our left flank, General. The Federals are shifting their army toward Old Coldharbour, and we're responding by reinforcing and fortifying our right flank near New Coldharbour crossroads. Our left flank must be secured and pinned down a large portion of their forces if we want our defense to be successful, so we plan to attack and contest the area near Shady Grove while the army is still on the move." Really? Don't make me attack. "The woods near Magnolia Swamp are threatening our left. We must not allow the Federals to bring more forces there." Really? "Crittner's division of Burnside's Corps is currently guarding this section of Shady Grove Road, and we must repulse him." Um, I think that's pretty accurate. I guess I don't know. I don't use skirmishers probably enough, but I do think that is an accurate assessment. I mean, they do take fewer casualties because they do fight in loose formation. That is definitely true. These rifles are, yeah, we'll put them in the, and give them their rifles. We're gonna move. Here's the problem: is to attack these guys, you got to move through a swamp. We're gonna move Mygoot up here. We're also gonna move Hector north as well. So we're gonna defend with the bare minimum, kind of down here in the south. These earthworks. Then we're gonna swing 2 of those brigades in the south further north. We'll put 1 brigade, Greg's brigade, in kind of a holding position here. And then we're going to advance with the rest of these 3 brigades on the actual positions up here. We'll also move some artillery forward. And we'll... I think we just form up here, right? We put guys here. It's a really steep hill, though. That's the challenge. Wait a minute. I'm leaving my center open. Alright. I guess you'll go back in here. I don't think they're going to move that far south, but if they do, we'll detach some skirmishers to hold that position. And actually, let's move Moore's brigade. We'll pull some skirmishers in case they're going to try and flank us to the north, but kind of the main, the logical avenue of advance is at Wright, Ector, and Arville's brigades. And if the enemy wants to move sort of here, they're going to be exposing their flank to Greg. But I think that's probably a safe-ish move. Got 3 brigades moving in here. Our own artillery will provide some support. Move 3 brigades in, a 3-brigade front. 2 brigades in reserve to kind of help push through. Start going after it now. Federals here are in a bit of a salient. Got some artillery, which kind of enfilade part of their position. Are they using Predators? Supposedly, they're exceptional weapons. You're going to move up behind. Actually, move Greg right away. We'll put my Goot into those fortifications. I hate the idea of needing to be on the offensive here in this fight. Seems really silly. How are they blocked? Okay. So presumably reinforcements will come from the north. Really, we just need to try and overwhelm them here. We are doing some damage to them. They're definitely doing worse. Well, maybe not. Yeah, they're doing slightly worse to us, maybe. Or about even when you include our artillery casualties. But eventually, I assume we'll overwhelm him. There's just too many guns. I mean, he's like 10,000 men versus 1,200. We're just going to kind of keep closing the range here. You can see the enfilade fire from our howitzers is going to do some damage. Our Tredigers are also doing some damage. Taking a little bit of time, but you can see us wearing him down a bit. Like all of our troops are actually firing. 20 to 50, 30 to 8. About even. Behind, about even. So, again, we're taking more than we're given. Actually, because of that, I'm going to put this infantry up here facing north. Okay, Hardin is melting away slowly. Presumably, he'll get pushed out of these works here soon. No unit has lost 100 casualties yet. One of them is getting close. I don't know how much how much punishment Hardin will take. He's lost about 200 men. I wish I had a casualty count at this point, but I'm pretty certain we're inflicting more on him than he on us. I could do Steel Division Neuhauser, but I don't know. I'm not a huge Steel Division fan. I haven't put enough time into it, though. My issue with Steel Division is, like, I'm not really a big multiplayer fan, and I just feel like the single-player campaign is kind of, like, ooh, 4 missions in your whole single-player campaign. Like, it doesn't seem worthwhile to me. Alright, come on. I'll charge you if I have to, Hardin, but I'd rather not. I'd rather you just break. Let me get in around Bartlett. Flank his position. There we go. There he's going. You can see already the casualty count ticks up pretty substantially once he's retreating and kind of in the open. Doesn't have those earthworks for his defense anymore. We'll kind of move these guys up here. We've also got brigades now dealing with Bartlett here. So we'll quickly move Moore and Revere in. Move them in behind Bartlett. So we can flank him quickly out of his defensive position and take that objective, since the game did tell us we needed to do that. Meanwhile, I'm going to move my Goot north. Presumably, we're going to swing north. I don't know how much time we have, but I'm going to swing north to try and take those woods from Burnsides. Bartlett has already been dislodged, but Greg's just going to advance straight on the objective. Bulls, you're going to swing north. Go. Or you outnumber them almost 2-1, so I'm not too worried about you. Okay, Hardin's been driven back. You're going to advance on that house. And you can see the position is falling to us here. Secured Magnolia Woods. We have to hold it for 20 minutes. We've got about 20 minutes left in this particular scenario. This segment of the battlefield is probably a more accurate way of putting it. All right, Bartlett's running. Keep pressing. There, I don't know if there's any Federals in this wood line. Let's find out. Warren's corps is near. We're outnumbered and must secure our defensive positions. Warren is coming in on our flank. Move Greg in here to this house line. Warren's going to take some punishment there. Oh, God. Yeah, there's no reason to try and... I'm not going to bother trying taking that position. That's just dumb. They're in too good a position. I need more brigades than I have to divert up north. At the moment, got several thousand coming in on our flank. Fall back. Don't take those casualties. All right, everybody, that's going to do it here for the first part of the Battle of Coldharbour. You can see here our left flank is in a little bit of chaos. We've got some troops forward, but the enemy's kind of coming in behind us as well in this northern section of the battlefield. We did take the one objective that we needed to take. We were not able to get into those woods to the north where Burnside's forces are coming in. So we're kind of in a bit of a salient that we've created for ourselves. But that's a good stopping point because this is the end of the first phase. The battle's going to shift back to the right flank where we're going to have our next video at. I hope you guys are enjoying this series as always. And until next time, guys, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out. All right, whatever. Our left flank is in chaos, but let's move back to the right flank.